Yo, what's up, guys? If you watched any of my videos, you know that I live in a 55 square foot tiny house. And, since it's so tiny, I had to kind of think outside the box for a bed situation because I don't have a loft or anything like that. So, what I ended up coming up with was a massage table. So, this is my bed right here, which is it's just so funny because it just folds up into nothing. And I am so happy I ended up coming up with this idea because it really is just like the most perfect bed for this size. Like there's only 3 feet by what is it, like 10? Actually, if it's 55, yeah, it's 11. But there's like clothes back here, so really it's more like 10 feet. So 3 by 10 feet of space to put a bed, and this massage table just does it perfectly. I feel like there's like so many pros and cons to this thing though. I think more so pros. If I were to say the pros, definitely it is that it stays cool. Like this material is just like a cool material. So if it's really hot, it does help out. I guess it could also make you sweaty too, like the way that it goes. But usually I sleep with like a blanket underneath me and then I sleep on top. So it was really good during the winter too. Like I had a really good time sleeping on this thing in the winter. That's definitely a pro. A pro, obviously, the biggest one is that it's compact. And I would say like honestly the only con is that it's kind of like not that wide. I think it's only 2 feet wide, which is totally fine. I'm like the type of sleeper that I'd stay put. I don't like roll around or anything, so it never really was a big issue for me. Oh, a big con is definitely like somebody else can't sleep with you. Like if I wanted to have somebody come over and like cuddle up or something, I definitely could not do that unless they're like right on top of me or something, which I don't know, that's kind of risky because then we can like flop over and fall. But I mean, it serves well for me and my cat. Like we both sleep on here very comfortably. I don't know if you've seen this thing folded out, so I want to give you like a sneak peek at that. Well, honestly, yeah, I guess this is also a con. Like just the fact that you have to unfold it every time you go to sleep and whatnot. I mean, it's not really that bad. It only takes maybe 30 seconds. And I really love this thing too because I sleep at my sister's house once a week. And I just bring over my bed. So, because she didn't have a bed over there for me. So I just bring over my bed and it fits inside of her laundry room, which is essentially like my room when I stay over there. But this is it folded out. I went on a camping trip with a few of my homies and they brought along a really cool hammock that they like tied to 2 trees. And I love a hammock so much, and I didn't remember that I loved a hammock so much because I actually only ever went on a hammock like when I was a child, like one time, at least that I remember. It was at one of my family friends' house. They had this huge party, and like we were on the hammock like the entire party. It was one of those huge kind though that like stays all the way out. Like it's like basically like a bed, like maybe like the size of like a queen size bed. Like it just stays open like that. So it was definitely a different type of hammock, and that's probably why I didn't remember that I love hammocks so much like that. Because the one that my homies brought to the campsite was just like, like your average little tiny net kind. And I don't know, I just really fell in love with the feeling of laying in that thing. It almost feels like I'm like flying in a way, just like sitting in the air, just so comfy. I love the feeling. So right when I got back from that trip, I actually ended up buying myself the same type of hammock. And I remember making a video about it, and a few days later, one of my subscribers, bought me a hammock for my backyard that I had on my wish list. I was like too stoked when I got that thing in the mail. And the thing about it though was it was raining really, really hard on the day that it got delivered. So I was originally just gonna have it in my backyard. That's why I added it to my wish list. I kind of wanted like a backyard hangout spot. But since it was raining so hard on that day, I ended up putting it inside my greenhouse. And my greenhouse is my art studio. So, I had a lot of art stuff in there. I ended up rearranging the entire thing to make it fit. And here it is. It fits perfectly well in here, which is like so amazing. But because it fits so well, I thought to myself, like, why don't I just keep it in here? Because it's just like fully private in here and like the vibe is right. It matches like the color scheme. And you know what? To be honest with you guys, I haven't really made any videos on it yet, but I literally been sleeping on this thing ever since. Ever since I put it inside this greenhouse, I've been sleeping in this hammock. And I probably would say maybe 1 or 2 times in the past like month or so that I've had this hammock in here that I didn't sleep in here. I slept inside the tiny house because it was probably too cold or too hot or something like that. But at night, it's like so perfect in here. Like the breeze comes through the door, and like I have a screen door on here so the bugs don't even come in. Cheddar sleeps right on me. Like it's such a vibe. Like Cheddar loves this thing. And I don't know, it's just been like such a vibe sleeping on this thing. The pros and cons of this guy though, I would say the pros are definitely Oh my god, the birds outside. The pros are probably definitely that I just love the filling. This filling of hanging is just like such a unique filling, and it's so cozy, so comfy. I love it so much. And then I would say the con, I don't think there's really any cons. I guess, I don't know. I'm wondering if two people could fit on this one. I feel like maybe they could, but it would probably be just like the massage table where like you'd have to be like on top of each other. But I don't know. I don't even know. And I think that the weight limit's like 400 or 500 pounds, so it really actually probably could fit two people for sure. But that's exactly why I just love how I have the tiny house and the greenhouse. I mean, obviously this is really just like my art studio, and that's where I actually live, but I love how I have both the spaces because I can literally decide whether I want to sleep in here or inside the tiny house. And say I have like a friend over, I can be like, you can stay inside the greenhouse or you can stay inside the tiny house. And I just love how I have multiple bed options. But I think probably ideally, realistically, I'll probably just be sleeping in the hammock during the like hotter months, probably up until like November or something like that. And I am planning on rebuilding this entire greenhouse. I don't exactly know when I'm going to rebuild it, but you know, I'm planning on, I actually recently put out a poll to you guys asking, should I, you know, do tile in the shower, or should I build a loft or rebuild the whole greenhouse? In what order? Like, what do you guys think should come first? A lot of people were saying I should either do the loft or the shower tiling first, and I think that that's accurate. I probably feel like I would do the tile first, since I already have like most of the materials for that, and then the loft, so that I don't have to sleep on the massage table. Maybe I'll bring that over to my sister's house so that I can always just have a bed over there. I don't have to like drive it back and forth. And then jump over to the greenhouse and make it bigger and keep the hammock in here. It would be really cool if this greenhouse was like the same size, maybe like add on like maybe 2 times the size, maybe a little less than 2 times the size. And then imagine this hammock was in the corner. And what if it was like actually like kind of more insulated, where I could sleep on this thing year round? I think that'd be really cool. And then have, you know, my loft as a backup, or if somebody wants to sleep over, we can like be up there together. Like, I just really think that it's so amazing. I have multiple sleeping situations, and that I have this hammock. I love sleeping on a hammock. Like, hammocks are just such a vibe. If you haven't like just had a hammock as a bed, I really recommend it. If I were to ever like move out of my tiny house and like live in an apartment, which I do plan on doing at some point, like randomly maybe get like a year, you know, lease in a random city or something, I think I would have this thing as my bed. Like, that's how much I love it. That's really how I also feel about the massage table. Like, I just feel like I love like a different type of sleeping arrangement, like a tree, or like, you know, a tent. I would even literally sleep inside of a tent every night. Like, I just love weird sleeping situations. And I don't know why. I don't even know why. But anyways, I thought that I would kind of let you guys in on what I've been, you know, sleeping on lately, because it's been such a shift, such a different vibe. It's been good. Let me know if you guys want to see like a vlog or something of me like sleeping in. I was considering making a video of like sleeping on my hammock for a whole week, but then I thought about it, I'm like, what would be different each night? Like, it would just be the same thing. I'll just be hopping inside the hammock and going to sleep, and I already been sleeping on a hammock, so it's nothing new. But I can definitely make vlogs of like, you know, the actual night of sleeping in it. I think that'd be kind of funny, kind of cool. And the vibe is just right in here at nighttime. All these lights are on in here. I just kind of like edit a video, or I, you know, make some art or whatever. It's just such a vibe that I can wake up already in the space of art making, and it actually does get me wanting to make art a lot quicker. Anyways, though, shout out to all my members. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really, really, really appreciate you guys, and I just appreciate you watching this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.